Guys, welcome back to another video. We got a lot of things to talk about today, but more specifically, let's talk about the Tesla Semi. I think the Tesla Semi is one of the cars out there that is simply not really talked about. It's the least hyped vehicle. I think the reason why no one really cares too much about it is because you can't really drive it. When you buy a vehicle, you essentially will really like that specific model because you have a chance of buying it. No way are we going to be buying the Tesla Semi unless we're in the logistics industry. Most of us are very focused on the Cybertruck, the Tesla Roadster, the Model 3, for example, and what the Model S's yoke steering wheel feels and looks like. That's the things that we usually are seeing, but very rarely do we ever see major news about the Tesla Semi. And recently, I think Tesla is doing some really sus things to getting themselves prepared for the release of the semi-truck to the public and start getting pre-orders and start cranking them out. Keep in mind that the Tesla Semi will be produced in the Gigafactory in Texas. And what's really interesting is the Nevada Gigafactory will be the one making the 4680 battery cells, and it's going to be mostly a battery Gigafactory. I can clearly see the two Gigafactories working together and start shipping batteries back and forth, etc. And the Tesla Semi is going to be taking a ton of battery. In fact, so much battery cells that Musk has to try to secure as much lithium and especially nickel as possible. I think the lithium supply is okay, but the nickel supply is running dry. If you check out some of the nickel mining stocks recently, they literally went from just mere pennies to several pennies and maybe even a couple bucks. I think the mining companies right now could charge really astronomically high numbers for nickel because it's almost like gold in the EV industry. Right now, the Tesla Semi is going through a lot of small changes here and there, but the mileage is really good. Now, when the Tesla Semi gets officially released and everyone can start placing pre-orders whenever they want to, it will be the first electric semi-truck to be out in the public like this, whereas other companies right now are still in the testing phase, the prototype phase, and some companies, sure, they might have made like maybe a couple prototypes of an electric semi. They're not super big, they don't really have a factory, and where in the world are you going to be securing that much lithium and that much nickel? That's the biggest thing. Tesla essentially is working on a really long-term plan to secure as much nickel and battery as possible. They're working with LG, Panasonic to make a really efficient 4680 battery cell production line. They're doing that right now. Berlin Gigafactory, the world's biggest battery factory in the world and also making cars in the next 5 years, that will be making a ton of batteries. Same thing in Nevada, a lot of batteries over there. We're also hearing a lot of leaks and rumors about how Tesla could be setting up a brand new battery facility in Shanghai, China. And we also could be seeing a gigafactory being opened up in India and also a massive nickel gigafactory for batteries in Indonesia. Because guess what? Indonesia sits on the world's biggest nickel reserve. And the Indonesian government is actually really liking Tesla's idea of them moving over because opening up a gigafactory improves, I guess, the quality of life because there's a lot of really high-paying engineers that work there. Creating more high-paying and more technical jobs is a really great way to booster the economy in a small city or even major cities. So right now, Tesla Semi, one of the biggest things is battery shortages since it uses 6 times more battery cells than traditional Model 3 or Model S. The Tesla Semi is doing pretty good. And on top of that, when it launches, it will be having cameras around the car. Now, obviously, the autopilot and some of the safety features are not as advanced as the one in the Model S or the Model 3, but it's still going to be pretty good. In the last chapter of the Tesla Semi, we should be seeing the cars driving fully autonomously. It's kind of cool and kind of scary at the same time, but Musk has promised to provide full autonomy, full self-driving at the end of this year. That was supposed to happen around 2020 December, but that never happened. I guess the pandemic just shifted everything back, but we should be seeing full autonomy for a lot of the regular Tesla vehicles at the end of 2021, which is very exciting, meaning they could drive hands-free in cities, in small roads, and also in major highways and transition between the three. And what's even more interesting is the FSD beta is already being released to several individuals, and that will definitely make things a lot easier. But the Tesla Semi is one of those vehicles not really talked about. Virtually no other company in the world is making an electric semi-truck. And even if they are, they have no factory, and Tesla is literally 3 to 5 years ahead in the semi-truck game. If you're Walmart, if you're Amazon, if you're UPS, and you need to order 100 electric semi-trucks within a year, Who do you go to? Most likely Tesla, because they already have a factory going on and they have a good reputation of delivering the goods as soon as possible. Whereas other companies, it's their very first time creating any car. So are they going to trust them to make your 100 electric semi trucks? Most likely not. You want to trust Tesla because they're fast, they're efficient, and their cars have safety features and they go way faster. And what's even interesting is, sure, you might have made the coolest semi truck in the world that's fully electric. How are they going to charge this? Tesla has been using multiple regular supercharger stalls to use charging on the semi truck. Now, the semi trucks have a massive battery and it could take hours. And obviously, in the world of logistics, if it takes hours, no one's going to buy your truck. So Tesla is essentially making a amazingly big mega charger that is used on a semi truck specifically. That way, you could charge a truck from 0 to maybe 90% in less than 30 minutes. That way, logistics doesn't get slowed down, and that's pretty nice. So you got most third-party companies out there in the charging station networks only making charging stations for regular vehicles, like your sedans, your SUVs, your trucks. No one is making a mega charger for a Tesla semi or a mega charger for an electric semi truck. People aren't really doing this. So Tesla knows this, and they're making these mega chargers themselves. So essentially, they got Tesla getting a bunch of batteries. You got them getting a bunch of things for the semi truck, and they're cranking these semi trucks super fast. They have a very, very good production record recently. And also, they already have several orders, including Walmart. You got a lot of other companies ordering in. And if you order a Tesla semi, you'll probably be one of the first customers in the world to receive an electric semi truck. And other companies are simply working on the prototype, the research right now. And on top of that, after you buy it, we're going to charge it. You're not going to be using a regular tiny supercharger because that's going to take 3 to 4 hours. You'll be using a massive mega charger, which is used on Tesla semi specifically. So Tesla is pretty smart. They're doing a lot of big things going on. So I really do feel like having a semi truck could definitely be a massive moneymaker, since the electric truck industry is growing and the trucking industry in general is growing at a rapid pace. Look at e-commerce. People are drop shipping. Everyone is ordering things online. I can't remember the last time I've been to a mall. It's been like, 2 years? I've been ordering all my clothes, shoes, everything I need from an online basis. And what kind of trucks deliver them? Massive semi trucks. They travel from different states, point A to point B, and then they load them into a smaller van, and then that van comes to my house or my apartment. Logistics is a multi-billion-dollar business. It's not slowed down any further, but in fact, the trucking market is growing at such a rapid pace, and one day we could be seeing Tesla leading the charge and making fully autonomous semi-trucks, which is really, really crazy, but that could definitely be a major game changer. I think the company that's the closest in achieving a fully autonomous semi-truck is going to be Tesla. Let's be real here. Other companies are just simply working on the cars themselves, and almost nobody right now is researching autopilot. Only the third-party companies. And everyone is a major mess. People don't have factories. People don't have a reliant team. People are owing a bunch of money. So I feel like Tesla is probably the best bet in the world of clean energy and also AI.